Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Gulf Sniper channel. This is Tarali with you, and this is a special video about the performance of the month of June 2021. As I continuously do every month, it is time to share with you the results of the month of June 2021 and to compare it against the previous months. I try to have a short update of the month, and we'll go through the calculation and conclusion, recommendation, or lessons learned during our trading. In this month, or by this month, we will be celebrating or completing 6 months of our journey here. There are questions that I collected from the followers and the subscribers, and you can see the performance of the months. This is literally jumping to the conclusion, but I want to share with you first how did we do and what is our basis. Then we will be going through the months, especially our month, and then we'll compare it with the previous months as well. So let me take you through to the calendar first. As you see, this is the month of June, and what we do usually, as usual, we start with our basis. We start every month with our starting equity of 10,000 US dollars. Again, as usual, the buying power varies from one broker to another, but in my case and in many cases from my experience, I think Ameritrade, E-Trade, and the one that I'm using now, which is Capital Traders Elite Pro, which from Capital Market Elite, is also the same. All these banks provide a buying power of 6 to 1, 6 times your starting equity. So if you have 10,000 US dollars, your power will be your buying power will be in the range of 60,000 US dollars. I have my actual account also, and I don't want to share my actual account. It's not, I don't think that this is a good idea to share my actual account, but I can read it here. I'm starting with 10,000 and I have 60,000 of daytime purchasing power, or buying power actually, not purchasing power. So that buying power, and then overnight it goes usually to 2 times only. So overnight is whenever you are out of the trading hours, either in the pre-market or the after hours, and it drops from 6 to 1, and it becomes 2 to 1 only. So in our case, with our starting equity, if I'm trading, if there is a share that I'm trading as we speak at this time, then since the market is in the after hours, my 10,000 will be only 20,000 as an overnight buying power. But whereas it is not the same when the market opens. So that's one point. So we start with 10,000 as a starting equity, and the buying power again is 60,000 only. The share size is 3,000 shares per trade. Commission per trade is a 3.95 per each trade. So if you open a trade, there will be something to pay which is a 3.95 plus a swap plus. And why we are saying a swap? Because if you notice, or if you look here, for example, I'll bring you this one. I'll hide my account. I cannot hide my account, but I will just share half of it only. So maybe you can see here that there are market between there are market positions or places where you where you place your order. So if I am uh, if I'm placing my order and selecting, for example, the famous one, Nasdaq, and I selected the order to be smart, then it will match between the two places, marketplaces where we are putting our trade or our either sell or either buying order or stop limit or sell. So you will be either selling or buying with the swap between the two marketplaces. Say for example NYSE and NASD, for example. So that's something also that you will have to pay for. So that's why we always, and this break it takes us to the next actually point, which is our setting. We always keep it 2 to 1, more than 2 to 1 actually, by putting our stop loss to be 3% lower than our entry and the take profit to be 7% above the starting, of course, the entry position. All right. With that, it will be 2 to 1, and I'm leaving 1% for these commissions and all the swaps and fees and sometimes rollovers. Sometimes it happens that although we strictly say that you need to enter your trade and within 15 minutes, if you make the 3%, the 7%, or if you hit the 3% on the lower side, you need only to close your trade. You don't need to be hanged and stuck with the trade for longer durations, hoping that it will reach. We are going in a dynamic way, as you can see. Each day has minimum. The worst day could have 11, and that's one in every blue moon. That doesn't happen continuously. We have an average of 30 trades per day, 30 opportunities actually. From those, if you master the strategy, you can really do the top 5 trades that I am always highlighting every day in the daily recaps. Okay, so aside from that, the explanation, I think now we knew what is the basis. So in each day, we do our trading according to our strategy using the Gulf Snappers screener. And my subscribers in my website, they are having an access to the streaming, to the live streaming when the market is on, and they can take immediate position. Really, they can make their trades based on the screener, based on the immediate, actual signals. All right. The recap actually, or the results, are taken from the table here. So for example, for our June, see the first trading day was the 1st of June, and we were in total overall, the whole plus and minus, the winning and the losing, when you add them up, the results will be, adding them up is basically when you look into the opportunities here, the whole opportunities, then you consider that you have entered one trade by each trade after the other. So if you can see, actually, of course, in reality, you cannot enter the whole trades with your 10,000. And somebody might say, why 10,000? That's too much. There is minimum really that you can. There are some channels like don't want to bring names, but there are famous ones actually, like, Warrior Trader and others who really start the challenge and, have an account with less or only with 500. And that could work also, but it will be lengthy, really lengthy. And maybe we'll try it if everyone is recommending to go with the with a very low, with a minimum account challenge. Maybe we can do it 1 month or some, maybe. Please put your ideas, share your ideas if you want us to do something like that. And here, when we mention here that we made a profit or a loss of this, in reality, this cannot really happen with our shares, because if you enter here, you need to stay. Suppose that you started this opportunity, you need to wait all the way to make your profit, and your profit is happening in this very case actually after 1 hour and a half. More than that. No, after 1 hour and a half plus. So actually you will not enter all these until 11:04. So you will not really trade the whole 35 entries. Now you'll be taking this one, and the next entry for you will be anything after 11:04. So maybe this one also. So in reality you will be plus 1,192. Again, I always emphasize that if you make in one trade, if you make your 10%, actually, that's something crazy. It is 7% for the entry, but if you based on this value and the 3,000, you will be actually using your buying power. So you will be actually trading more than 10,000. So this 1,192 is actually a 10% of your 10,000, which in trading was not really 10,000, was more. To make this one, you need 15,000. So you will be borrowing actually 5,000 from your buying power. Your buying power, which is up to 60,000 US dollars. Again, on the basis of 10,000 US dollars as an entry. Okay, so in one trade, you don't really need to do all these. So you don't really need to calculate and to pay for all these figures that I'll be sharing very soon. Okay, but the bottom line here, that we don't really trade the whole 35. That's why I am sometimes saying that you took the top 5. It does not really happen, or it is not necessarily that you will make all the trades successful ones. But if you enter this one, and then you enter this one, and you encounter a loss of 3%, okay, for me as a trader, I will still end up with $700 plus, or net actually. So if I have net 700 out of my 10,000 per day, 700, that's 7% in one trade. That should be enough. I might push my luck for another trade. Oh, this is not the entry, sorry, it should be this one, something up after 11:04. So this one, still it will be a losing one. So 6,600 something, which is 1,100 minus this one will be 700 maybe, or 600 something after the commissions, will be enough for me in one day. Maybe I can take another trade, one more. But if it is a losing one also, then I need to stop. Otherwise, I'll end up, in losing money, losing from my starting investment. Okay. Going back to the point here to explain the basis, how did we get all these figures? This is the overall from the day, assuming that we trade again all the trades. So this will be starting capital, our 10,000s. This is the date. This is how was our profit or gain or loss based on the full number of trades. Okay. and this is the number of trades. And at the end of the month, we take the summation of all these, then we multiply 3.95 for my broker multiplied by this figure, which is the summation of all these, multiplied by 2. Remember that we entered and we closed the position, so we paid twice. Okay, so for the month of June, actually, we started with 10,000. Then the first day we lost $1,024.80. And then the other day we gained this amount, which is $6,465.90. Somebody might say, hey, Talali, what's going on? What are you talking about? I already lost this one, so I will not make this amount. No, recall that you will still have this amount, which is 9,000 or 8,900 and something, 960, let's say, or 970. Okay. But remember that you still have your buying power. Buying power will be less than, but still your 10,000 is there. Actually, for trading. So your 8,900 something that you invested here as a result of losing, of starting or having a losing day, helped you to make this 6,465. And please go back to that day, June the 2nd, to see what did we do in that day and how did we get this amount. Okay, or the previous month or the previous recaps, so you can see what had happened and how did we end up with this amount as 64% out of 10,000 in one day. Okay, so the result of all these days and results, you can freeze this screen. Okay, and then freeze this screen and compare the results here or the data here to the table there. So this is to confirm and cross-check. So the result for the month of June was as follows, and this is $28,605.90. Okay, and that's a total percentage gain or loss. That's in dollar gross profit. Okay, and it is in dollars actually. Okay, and that's 28 in addition to the starting. So the total is now 38,605. But the gross out of that is this amount, 28,605.90. But remember that we calculated all these entries, and as a result of that, this amount, which is equivalent to 50%, 58% of our starting capital, is the amount of commissions only. Okay? Maybe I will work in the future with with my broker, if somebody is interested. Of course, my broker is overseas, so that's another story that we can talk, or we need to talk. If you need more details, I can talk to you about in a separated video. And I'm having an offshore, of course, overseas account for many reasons. One of them is that my account is less than 25,000 US dollars. The other thing is that I don't need to do to fall under the US regulations of trading one day and then the swap for 3 days. It's a lengthy process, and I think the traders in US are fully aware of these complications. And so taking this amount out of this gross will make a net profit of 22,744, or in percentage, it will be this divided by our starting multiplied by 100, which gives us 227%. So this is a perfect month. However, it is not always like that. For those who were following with me, remember what had happened in May. May was a very tough month. And see what had happened. Net profit, gross profit of 6,881 only, which is 68%. But hey, don't forget that you have 3,934 as commissions. So the net profit is 2,947 or 29.47%, which is pretty good, which is really pretty good compared to the starting equity. That's 25. Not everyone is doing that. And that's, of course, if you recall what had happened in April. See what had happened in April. One of the worst during the whole, actually it's the worst really. When we ended up with 37.56, and that was only as a gross profit, but take from that 2,788, okay? And the only good thing in that month is that if you look into the total number of opportunities, and actually this is in the setting of the screener. Actually, when you have bad month, bad trading day, the opportunities became less. So look into the number here, look into this value, and compare it with June. See June, total of 742 trades, an average of 33 opportunities per day. Whereas in April, it was a very tough month, excluding the first one, an average of 17 trades only, almost half the number of the trades, the opportunities in June. With that, we made net of 9.68%, which is the worst actually among the months. See June 227, see May 29%, April was hilarious 9.68, March was 194, February was 426, was the best, and January was the second best, I believe. Let's see, a full green month, perfect month actually, and February as well. So I'm taking longer time here today, but the bottom line here, the message here is that we need to focus on the opportunities. We need to be selective. We need to be precise and decisive. And of course, it's a lengthy process. It's a very long and very, very tough journey when you always go against your personal or your other self or your other you when you are trading. That's the only or the most dangerous enemy to you when you are trading. That is you being greedy. So be careful, be careful, be careful. We always fall into these traps. We always regret. And I wish that the followers do not really regret entering into an opportunity and being trapped or losing only for not really respecting the entry and the exit and the take profit and the stop loss. I don't want to take longer time. I always say that and take longer time than I plan. But I wish that the message here is delivered to you. The bottom line here, we are doing great again. And the best ever was February, where we made 426%. The worst month ever was April, making net of 9.68%. And this month's result came to be a net profit of $22,744.10, equivalent to 227% percentage, of course, of the profit. I would be really more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. And the question that I answered really is that how come you are saying that we are starting with 10, then we make 6,465 after we're losing? And the answer, again, as I said, is that this can be obtained, can be achieved when you use your remaining 8,960 or 40 or 70 here, 75 to be accurate. So 8,975 with the power, of course, with the buying power, you can achieve in the day this amount of 6,465. It is not necessarily that you will make it in this number of trades. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, maximum 5 trades. Like you can see here, in a losing day, you can make really profit of all these figures: 1,360 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 803 plus 682. Those are the top 5. There are 10 winning trades actually in that day, particularly. So the message here is to be selective, to be careful whenever we really discuss an opportunity, an entry. You need to be cautious. You need to analyze it. This is a losing one. Why? Because you took the wrong entry. This is 2 days back. So when you enter incorrectly, you will end up with that. And that's far away. Let me select something for the last trading day, which is this one. Yeah, that was the first of, okay. Let's take the worst trade in the day. The worst trade was CPSH. And let me show you what had happened and how could this really be avoided. This had happened, 2 days ago. I mean, on the first yesterday, sorry, beg your pardon. And it happened at 9:32, so the beginning of yesterday. That was a correct, really, entry. So that was a confirmed loss. Cannot be avoided if you are trading. Oh, wait, sorry. This is not the entry. This is the entry. See where is the entry and see where are your support and resistance and the weighted moving average line as well. So is this a correct entry? Looking into this one, you can tell. You don't really need to wait for someone to tell you that this is a wrong entry. Also, look into the daily. See where is this entry happening and where are you from the supports, the moving averages. But this cannot be really avoided. Somebody who is not matured enough or expert enough can enter really. So that's an expected loss. No problem. You can lose this one, but there is no reason for you to lose, for example, in another trade. Let me find an opportunity where it is really wrong to enter. That one might fool somebody and might see the momentum and decide to enter. But this one, there is no reason for you to really enter a downtrending opportunity only because it appeared to you in the screener. There are opportunities that are wrong. Compare this one. There are opportunities that appear in the wrong position, so you give it some time. This one will appear only once. It will not be blinking continuously giving you signals as you used to see. So compare this one, keep it in your mind, and look into this opportunity, for example, and see what is the difference. Forget about this day because this day is not in our trading yet. Okay, so look into the opportunity, where it came, and overall on the daily, it is going up again. So you are at the early, you are above the 3 moving averages. But the most important thing is on the 5 minutes time frame. See where is your opportunity coming. See where it comes after long consolidation. And we always know that long consolidation means an explosion. Explosion, the more the consolidation is, the better the explosion, and the better and the faster the results. This is considered to be a lengthy in our trading, as I usually say. Typically, our trading opportunities happen in this range: 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 3 minutes, sometimes 2 minutes. This is again a long opportunity. Okay, so the bottom line here, so we don't deviate, is to really be careful where are you entering, because it's all about the correct entry and the exit, stop limit, stop loss, and the take profit. And if you are mature enough, which I don't recommend at this stage, you can do the moving stop loss, or the trailing stop actually. All right. So the message here is simple. Just be careful. Practice, practice, practice. Look into the videos. It's been now 6 months, and we are putting here. You don't need really to subscribe immediately in my website and wait for the opportunities and do the whole setup. You can do paper trading for 3 months. There is no harm about that. The problem is when you lose your cash, really, when you lose your money, when you purge it, when you burn it unnecessarily. You don't have to do that. Take your time. The market is always there. The opportunities are always there. There is an average of 33 opportunities every day, every trading day. The very worst month was having an average of 17 opportunities every day. So definitely you can have your own winning, not 5 out of that. You can have 5 trades and you can have a 3 winning out of these. 3 multiplied by 7 is 21, minus 2 multiplied by 3, 6. That will be more than 10% net profit for you every day. That's that's a crazy target if you do it, and if you stick with the plan every day. It's a lengthy process to work on yourself again. So that's it. And sorry for taking really long time. I wish you enjoyed what we have shared here today, and thank you for supporting me always, and give me a thumb up, please, if you like what you see. Don't hesitate contacting me at any time if you have any clarification or query. I would be really more than happy to answer all the questions, or have special dedicated even videos to explain particular points that you have. God bless you all, and looking forward to celebrate the July 4th with you guys. Bye bye for now, and take care.